It's week 6 of the National Football League, and the spotlight is on Nick Chubb, your standard at running back this season, pacing the league in rushing. It's the Browns and the Eagles, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. Well, we are in store for a great game today, everyone. Kate Scott and Brock Heward, along for the ride on this one. We love these kind of games, Brock, and that's because we got a pair of teams who both gotten off to good starts this season. They find themselves with winning records as we now work our way through the front half of this schedule.
Yeah, we try to be pros, and every game, right, is a big game, but when you have teams that have gotten off to these starts, we know these are both playoff caliber teams. They look that way right now. And this is also a measuring stick game, and a great one where you don't have the
5 weeks come and gone already, and we're off here in Week 6 on EA Sports. Here's Smith on the return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So here come the Eagles for their opening drive. They're led out by a QB coming into his 5th NFL season out of Oklahoma. It's Jalen Hurts.
As you take the field coming off of a bye week, you really want to take advantage of what you just did. The self-scouting, the evaluating of yourself over the early part of this season, and make sure you capture what you want to do and what you have to do over the rest of the season.
That pass complete to Goddard. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
That one ends up a gain of 6. And that's good for an Eagles first down. They go to Barkley again. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
48-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
From the 48, this finds Smith. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Barkley trying this up the gut. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Juan Thornhill getting there for the stop. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Here's another carry for Barkley. Pushing for the red zone. And finally, they catch up to him at the 11. It's a pickup of 26. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
You know, it is so refreshing for these running backs when they have space to run. It's hard. There's so many collisions between the tackles. When they get on the edge and have green grass, well, the best of them take advantage of it.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And he can only get a lone yard. Took a couple of guys to hold him down near the line.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of about 3, so a third of what they needed. 3rd and 6 coming up.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Hurts now from the gun. Has it in close. And he's tackled for a short gain.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
The kick by Hopkins is good. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. and he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
Center return, Nyheim Hines. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So here are the Browns now, headed out for their first drive. They're led out by a third-year quarterback, 7 wins in each of his first couple of seasons, Kenny Pickett.
And even if he's still pretty early in his career, we know he is perfectly comfortable and settled into this spot as the be-all, end-all for this offense. Every time you take the field as a quarterback, you know you're gaining experience. You're getting more comfortable in the role. And as he goes forward, he tries to learn and take something away from each and every one of these moments.
Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up. Now here's Pickett. Has him on the quick hitter. And they touch him down. Looks to be about 4 yards short of the 6. 3rd and 4 coming up now. Here's Pickett. He has the first over the middle. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Running right with Chubb. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Zach Bond with the tackle. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. From the 46. And the coverage just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. Pickett set to pass. He's on the move. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
That's complete, David Njoku. And he works this to the 38 before going down. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Able to get it to Moore. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
This offense will take that from their ground game every time. But I know, because I've been around this league a long time, runs like that, they're really hard to come by. It takes everybody, and maybe a little breakdown there on defense, too, to take advantage of.
That's a Cleveland touchdown! So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock, getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s where we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game. Yeah. That's well done.
On comes Dustin Hopkins to try the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Browns, who won up the opposing field goal, they start with 7 on their opening drive. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. Here's Smith on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Eagles and Saquon Barkley ready to take over once again. And you can see he's done his part on offense this season, sitting 2nd right now in the league in rushing touchdowns. A play fake now hurts to throw. Escapes, caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the Browns pick it up. And this return will reach the end zone for a Cleveland touchdown. The Browns finish off their opening drive. Really smart play from him there, Brock. Not just to fall on the football, but to take it in for the score.
Yeah, a word we don't normally use with D linemen a lot, quickness, right? It's usually the corner skill guys, but he was quick, man. He downshifted in a hurry for 6.
On his Hopkins for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Browns drive their lead to 11. Nice little energy on their sideline after that fumble return scored. And with plenty of energy, he'll send this one away. Here's Smith on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Philadelphia getting ready to go on offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Hurts. This one finds Goddard. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
Well, things weren't about to end after the first hit or the second. This tight end had a vision for what he wanted to happen after the catch, and he was going to take on all comers to try to make it a reality.
And he's brought down for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Hurts with it on 3rd and short. Can't find anyone open, and he's forced to throw it away.
You know, these 3rd and short situations, you rep them all the time. Snap after snap, rep after rep. You're expecting man-to-man coverage in that down and distance, and you're expecting to execute. That time on 3rd and short, they can't get the job done.
And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And the Browns will go on offense. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They go play action here. He smartly won't risk something here and just chucks it away.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
Here's Chubb on 2nd down. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
And he'll get it up to the 44. A 9-yard gain and good for a 1st down.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
Motioning the tight end now. They go play action on 1st. He lets one fly deep downfield. Into double coverage. Ooh, don't want to do that. And he's there for the interception. Picked off Reed Blankenship. And the Eagles are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. First play of the drive, and he takes an option left. And this defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No gain. Award that tackle to Michael Hall. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here.
At the 29-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Here's Hurts. Goddard makes the catch. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the 1st. Here we go. 3rd and less than a yard. Backfield is empty as they motion him outright. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
First and 10. Here's Hurts. Caught by his fullback behind the line. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Hurts throwing again. Barkley's got it. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. 5 men in the secondary for the Browns. Third down coming. Throwing here, Hurts. Short pass brought in. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
Motion man right is Smith. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah there to bring him down. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
Second and 6.
It's a sweep. He pops the pass forward. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. That was Denzel Ward who brought that play to an end. Third down, 1 yard to go.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Pressure coming, it's Hurts. That's caught for the first. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
All right, set now, 1st and 10. They are throwing it again. That's complete. Here's Brown.
And the defense was all over that throw, able to stop it right at the line. They could smell that one coming, and they sniffed it out in a hurry.
2nd and 10 now. Able to find Dotson here. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. That was Martin Emerson with a stop that time. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. They kick the running back in motion. From the pistol, Hurts. Pass caught, 9-yard line. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they could be a difference maker, he'll look for them.
Point after added on by Elliott. And the Eagles cut the lead down to 4. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. On the return, here's Hines. Finds some space. He's past the 30. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Cooper DeJean with the stop. Give him only a couple that time. It's going to be 3rd down. Pickett will look to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down. The Browns are lining up to punt. Back deep for the Eagles is Isaiah Rodgers. Coming off a busy week, 5 punts in the loss, and he sends this one away. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And the Eagles will take possession. On first down, Hurts. That pass complete to Goddard. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of this. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah there to bring him down. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. On the play fake, it's Hurts. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Well, these top-tier offenses have brought the firepower so far. Plenty of points in that first quarter. Neither side separating much so far. We'll return to the link right after this. Ready now for our second quarter. The Eagles have the football. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. Out of the option, he's going to keep it going right. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Cape, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Juan Thornhill getting there for the stop. Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Hurts. He's got Smith. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Flushed out of the pocket. He's on the move. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Toss play to Barkley. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Oh, they're going option to the left side on 2nd. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This coordinator tried to show some trust and belief in his offense. A run after a negative run? Well, you lose a lot of equity and belief in that coordinator. I don't think he's going to try a 3rd run after back-to-back negative losses.
And he scores! It's a Philadelphia touchdown! The Eagles take a second quarter lead. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Brock. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Eagles push their lead to 3. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. On the return, here's Hines. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Browns to win their offense back out there as Nick Chubb returns to the field. And he's continuing a great start to the season. You can see currently pacing the NFL in rushing yards. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll throw. He puts some air under a deep throw to the left. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. So second down coming up. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Here's Pickett. He's on the move. He's running for it. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
Here's Chubb up the middle. He was descended upon quickly and dropped after looks like a yard gain. Zach Bond with the tackle. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Throwing off the play fake here. They'll just huck this one into row C, and some lucky fan is going to haul in a heck of a souvenir. So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. He has the first over the middle. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. To throw is Pickett. A throw right side, caught by Njoku. And that's good for a gain of 5. Bryce Huff in on the tackle. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Now Pickett. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
Making it harder than it needs to be right there. Just get the catch first. Guarantee some yards. And then worry about escaping the defenders and getting upfield.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of fourth down.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact. It gets home. But, of course, we know it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
The Eagles and quarterback Jalen Hurts ready to go once more on offense. And we're all hoping his hot start can continue. He's been putting up some numbers early in this contest. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. Hurts now from the gun. Goddard makes the catch. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 22 on that one. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Diving right side, got it! They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Hurts throwing again. Buys time, rolling right. Now here he goes. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
As much as you'd like to find a completion and get the ball out of your hands, when a play breaks down, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on his ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that.
And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 31. Escapes the pocket. He'll try and run this. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the first down.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. 1st and 10. Here's Hurts. Barkley's got it. And he gets this forward to the 19.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
At the 19-yard line.
From the 19. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's able to get this down to the 13.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler. Gets himself into rhythm, and I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
It's a 6-yard gain. That sets up 1st and goal.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when, just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
Option play headed right on 1st and goal. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. First shot gets him 5. Still a couple of looks remaining. It's 2nd and goal. Hurts to throw. Bails out of the pocket quick. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles make it a 9-point advantage. Jalen Hurts with a touchdown. His 3rd total score this game. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith. Right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
On the return, here's Hines. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Now he'll throw off the play fake. That one's cut along the left sideline. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that gives the Browns a 1st.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Dumps it off to his running back. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Zach Bond with the tackle.
Translatable skills. That's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
Brought in right side by Moore. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Now here's Pickett. Able to get it to Moore. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Finds his back complete. And he's going to go out of bounds just short of that red zone.
Awareness. Kate, you hear me and so many others talk about it a lot with quarterbacks, but it's critical for every unit on a football field. And for the defense right there, to have an awareness of knowing where the marker was and to make sure that completion wasn't going to move the chains. You know, you look at that third down play, looking back, and it really turns into a three-point play. It's why situational work is so critical. Coaches talked about it all the time. Sure, you love the field goal, but man, they would have loved a touchdown more.
Here's Smith on the return. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Eagles headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And at the pace he's begun the game throwing the football, Brock, he is in line for a special type of performance if they need to keep throwing it until the end. First down throwing for Hurts. This one finds Goddard. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Flushed out of the pocket. Now he takes it. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Well, there was no sense in taking a risk down the field when a first down was just a run away. They'll get to reset now and figure out just how they want to attack a new set of downs.
Has him on the quick hitter. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. That was Denzel Ward who brought that play to an end. Back to the line they go. It's second down. From the pistol, Hurts. Rolling left, buying some time. He can run it. He's taken down after gaining a couple. That's going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. Third and just 2 to go. Back to throw, Hurts. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up fourth down.
You know, Kate, my years in Indianapolis with Peyton, he loved to know the tendencies of a defense. In third and short, more often than not, all across the league, you get man-to-man coverage. It really is a good time to throw. Unfortunately, couldn't execute that pass in a fourth down instead.
He's got it to his running back. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. First and 10 now from the 30.
That's good for another Eagles.
Hurts. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with first and goal.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
First down from the red zone. Has it in close.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. In the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
They're lining up on the doorstep. Second and goal from inside the 1. Barkley goes up and over for the touchdown. The Eagles grow their lead just before halftime. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Point after added on by Elliott. And the Eagles double their lead to 14. It's all set for the kickoff. To return, Jerome Ford. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Pickett set to pass. Short pass brought in. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
And not much doing. He stopped quickly. The Browns take the first of their 3 timeouts. Here we go, 2nd and 9. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And brings up 3rd down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
He's on the move. They'll make a bid for it on the ground. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. The Browns are lined up to punt. It'll be Corey Bajorquez doing the honors. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. 1st and 10 now with all of 15 seconds left to utilize in this half. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2. We're at halftime here in Philadelphia, and the Eagles have soared to a lead at the break. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to Orlando. Turn things over to our buddy Jonathan Coachman in the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat. And it's the visiting side who have the lead in that one. De'Ami Brown, a strong performance there. From there, we head on over to Wisconsin to check on the Packers at home at Lambeau Field. And they've got the lead over the visiting Arizona Cardinals. Josh Jacobs, 2 touchdown runs on the afternoon. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world and see what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. And you can see there, it's the visiting Colts who have the lead in that one. Josh Downs, a touchdown reception. We just watched a fine first half out of the mobile quarterback, that's Jalen Hurts. He threw 2 touchdown passes, ran for another, as his guys have the lead at halftime.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Here's Ford on the return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Browns and wide receiver Jerry Jeudy getting set for their next drive. And so far, with a chunk of the season gone, you can see he's been the league's most productive receiver in terms of yardage. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. They go play action here. Moore's got it. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
I'll be honest with you, Kate. As you grow and develop as a quarterback, your arm gets stronger. These comebacks can be one of your favorite throws in your arsenal. Because if you trust yourself and you throw it before that defender breaks, you know there's yards to be had on the perimeter.
One play in, and already they're close to midfield. To throw, Pickett. That's more of the catch out left. Then he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
He tucks it and takes off. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a 1st. New set of downs for him at the 38. second half's going to start with a run by Chubb. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it second down. Chubb running out of the gun. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with first and goal. From the red zone now. Catch is made in close. Touchdown, Cleveland. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
On is Hopkins for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Browns chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Browns 24.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Here's Smith on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The home team's ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this. Couple of touchdowns, good amount of yards, too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can, putting together quite the game for himself in the process. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. All to the ground by Jordan Hicks. 2nd down now, 7 to go.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
They go to Barkley again. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the 1st down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down. But instead, they move the chains. And that is one disheartening look on that defense.
On 1st down, Hurts escapes the pocket. He'll step up, and there he goes. Give him 13 on that play. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
When a play breaks down, every once in a while, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on that ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that one.
Option headed to the left on 1st down. This is ahead for about 5. Juan Thornhill getting there for the stop. 1st down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 at the 42-yard line.
They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Greg Newsome bringing that play to an end. He gets a couple, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Hurts now from the gun. That's caught for the 1st. And he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles push their lead further to start the half. A.J. Brown, the touchdown. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Eagles double their lead to 14. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Here's Ford on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Chubb. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's good for a Cleveland 1st down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a 1st with some room to spare.
They go play action on 1st. Bails out of the pocket quick. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Zach Bond with the tackle. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They are running from the gun with Chubb. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Now hold on, everyone. There's a Browns player shaken up after that play, and he's in need of some attention. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Hines can't fight past that line. They stop him at the 3.
Well, now things get a little dicey for this offense. 1 down left before a big decision to make. You continue to try running it against a front that stopped you, or are you now forced to put the ball in the air?
And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. Pickup of a couple, and after 3 straight stops, they're up against 4th and goal.
This front, well, they've done a good job bending and not breaking. 1st down, didn't score. 2nd down, didn't score. And now 3rd and goal, can't find the end zone either.
3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone. Here's Pickett. Forced out to his right. And he will score. It's a Cleveland touchdown. The Browns shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. Well, Brock, not the way I imagine it was designed there on 4th and goal, but I don't think these coaches cared how he got the job done. Just make sure you get in for 6.
Yeah, really just 2 options here as the game speeds up down there, right? Find a throwing lane and execute quickly, or you better escape and make it happen with your legs. He didn't get the throwing lane, the coverage he wanted, so a great decision. You cannot hesitate. You got to go for it, and he sure did, and use that athleticism for 6.
Has this at the 6. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. The home teams are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. They've got 1st down from the 31. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. That's into the hands of Barkley. And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. Hauled to the ground by Jordan Hicks. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Hurts to throw. Coverman is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete. That one vehemently swatted away. So they're left with 4th down here. The Eagles are in punt formation. And this will be his second effort of the contest. Got 46 on his first punch, and this one's pushing a little more distance. Takes this in at the 25. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Browns and this running back headed back out for a new series. And as some running lanes have closed, he's just found some new ones, continuing to hit this defense more good numbers well into this second half. Now here's Pickett. Escapes the set, but there's too much pressure, and he's brought down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he found some running room for a nice gain. He picks up 8 on the run, and now they're going to have 3rd and 4. Pickett to throw. Flush down now, trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. So out now comes the punter. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And the fair catch made here at the 15. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. 1st and 10. Here's Hurts. This finds Smith. And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Option play. They give it to Barkley. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. It's a gain of 4. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Tackle there from Dalvin Tomlinson. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
At the 30-yard line.
Now they'll throw out of the gun. Into traffic, complete. And he gets him around 6 there. Hauled to the ground by Jordan Hicks. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Barkley trying this up the gut. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
2nd down. Hurts throwing again. Getting out to his left. He's going to keep it this time. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first. 1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. They're going to try to pick it up with an option left. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss is really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
From the pistol, Hurts. That one's caught along the left sideline. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
Every tight end worth his salt wanted this. Really craved man-to-man coverage. The best of them, give me man-to-man coverage, and I'm going to beat you. I was around Dallas Clark and Indy, one of the best. You play man-to-man, he's going to find a way to out-leverage you, separate from you, and make a play just as that tight end did. Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack it.
And he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles take a 13-point lead. Dallas Goedert the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, Kate. It kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on them. Great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. On the return, here's Hines. He stopped on the return at the 27. The visitors back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And what we saw in the first half wasn't an anomaly, partner. They kept throwing it to him as we worked throughout the rest of this game, and the results have been just as good. Now Pickett. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. They give inside to Chung. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that game. Nakobe Dean in on the tackle. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. To throw is Pickett. Caught, nice gain left side. And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
And he's able to work this down to the 41. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next. Here's Chubb up the middle. And he's swallowed up in the middle. No gain on the run. Josh Sweat making the stop. No gain on 2nd down, and they need 2 here on 3rd. Throwing off the play fake here. Flushed out of the pocket. And down he goes. The Eagles got him. And they'll try to build on that big stop.
And this is what the modern safety is all about in today's game. More and more, we see guys with an interception and a sack in the same game who can line up seemingly in 10 different positions on the field. Almost a positionless defender, yet their impact can be so great.
And they were giving him no chance to return this one. It soars over the sideline deep in enemy territory. Looks like right around the 8. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. A very active quarter for us. Plenty of points in that frame as we reach the end of 3. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the 4th. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Hurts. He puts some juice on a deep throw down the middle.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
Hurts trying again on 2nd down. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
You know I love the language of football. Just the terminology that comes with it. It's a whole new language out there. But in many playbooks, Kate, that's called cross-country. Speaks for itself. You got to run from one spot all the way across the field. Those two did it very well.
And he's got it up to midfield and into Browns territory. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
Motioning one of the tight ends. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
A little touch pass here, trying to move the chains. And he could not get there. They stop him right at the line. They stop him just short and force a 4th and 1. Hunt team on the field. Braden Mann will kick it away. And no chance at a return as this one heads across the sideline at the 25-yard line. The Cleveland offense back out and getting set for the drive. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Pickett will look to throw. That's to his back, Nick Chubb.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. And he's brought down for a loss.
That pass, it did put him in a position where he had to shake a defender. That's all you want. Give me a one-on-one. And he is capable of doing it, but not against that dude. That defender could not be shook. And he knocked him back across the line.
3rd and long for him here. That one complete to Njoku. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
Now the Eagle offense headed back out to the field. Well, Brock, their passing game has been the highlight for them offensively so far. 3 touchdowns and a whole lot of good plays beyond that.
And Ken, I think what we've seen is an offense who's reading the same book as the defense, just a few chapters ahead. Each time the defense tries to make an adjustment, well, the offense has a counter ready to go. Lesser passing games would have had some serious trouble trying to keep up with this pace.
That's incomplete, trying to set up the screen there. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now it's 2nd down. Hurts setting up to throw. On the move, headed right. He's up. It's on the turf. The ball's out. He lost it. And they pick it up. Time to push for that marker. Ooh, so close to a big play defensively there, Brock. But now these guys got to stay out there. They were unable to bring in the fumble. They just forced.
They do. Got to bring a little bit of juice. But kind of like a boxer when they get a guy cut, they know. Man, if I get that first cut, I can make them bleed. And you get that ball out the first time, I guarantee you, I promise you, those guys are thinking they'll get it the next.
A gain of a lone yard, but Brock, that's all they needed. 1st down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Hurts. A throw left side, caught by Brown. And he's able to cross midfield before going out. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. And this one does not go far. Only a yard on the pickup, so that's going to bring them to 3rd down and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Hurts now from the gun. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Here's Saquon. And they're going to stop him after he runs it inside the 35. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Here's another carry for Barkley. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make third down easier to handle instead, well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
Plates beyond the marker. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
First down, a run with Barkley. And he gets this down to the 22 before being stopped. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 22-yard line.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Completed over the middle. And he'll go down here at the 16.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
Barkley gets it on 3rd down. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, it just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, well, sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. Staying between the tackles with Gainwell. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
A split second, all that kept the defense from making a stand right there. It's amazing, man. This game of inches and split-second reactions. A nice bit of burst, surge forward for enough to go get that first by a couple before they could finally drag him down.
And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. 2nd and 3 now.
At the 5-yard line.
Tight end going in motion here. Now a shotgun handoff to Gainwell. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. A gain of 3, and now they're going to be able to plan for 1st and goal.
Eagles, first down. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
They're going to run with Barkley. Is in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles have likely locked up the win right there. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Point after added on by Elliott. And the Eagles stretch their lead to 21. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. On the return, here's Hines. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And this certainly isn't the rut they want to be in, Brock. All of their drives have been ending in punts as of late. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Pickett set to pass. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down after a short gain.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Finds him over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Now here's Pickett. Got a man, it's Njoku. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
It's a gain of 3. 1st down, Cleveland.
On the ground, it's a give to Chubb. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
Here's Chubb on 2nd down. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll have a short pickup down to the 17. Offense up to the line fast. He's on the move. Ooh, look at this. Here he goes. It's out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run. Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he will score. It's a Cleveland touchdown. The Browns get it back to within 2 possessions. David Njoku, the touchdown. When you reach the status that he has around the league, Brock, well, we all at this point expect him to be making plays like this when he's targeted down near the end zone.
Yeah, I think the best thing I can say about this dude is he makes it look easy a lot of the time. And this game, trust me, is never easy. It speaks to how well he plays this position.
Still down a couple of scores after that. They're going to set up for the onside kick. And the onside kick doesn't pan out. The Eagles make the recovery. Well, kind of feels like we're starting to get to that point, Brock.
And what point is that, Kate?
You know, the bold point of the game where you have to try something bold could end up becoming a play that finally sinks him, though.
Yeah, it's time for desperation. Without a defensive stop here, it's really hard to lay out the scenarios for much success. Every second matters now when you don't come up with that onside kick.
Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. They're going to go with Barkley on the counter. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. We get a stoppage here. One of their big blockers up front. In some pain following that play. He's being attended to. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Option play. They give it to Barkley. And in a rarity today, he's stopped at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and that brings up 3rd and 9.
Brings up 3rd down and 9.
Now they'll throw out of the gun. Got a man. Uzama has it. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Handoff headed right, Barkley. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. Nothing for him on that play as we've hit the 2-minute warning. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Philly. Eagles moments away from their 4th win of the year. They go to Barkley again. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Now just 4 seconds after our 2-minute warning, we've got another pause. Timeout taken by the defense. This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Their punter making his way out now. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And his job's done, and it is a job well done. That punt fights deep into enemy territory, out of bounds at the 7. The visitors returning their offense and this running back to the field. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended Brock in a touchdown. Throw reeled in by Njoku. And this one gets up to the 14-yard line before he's stopped. 2nd and 3 now. Completed to his running back. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Browns fighting the clock now, trying to hurry back to that line. Connects on the crosser. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Now the Browns spend their final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. Down 2 scores, no timeouts remaining. Long odds ahead of them. It's 1st and 10. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he gets it down to the 35 before stepping out. Down 2 scores, no timeouts remaining. Long odds ahead of him. It's 1st and 10. Still sticking with the passing game. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. They're going play action. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Clock working against them here as they hurry to that line. And that's incomplete. 7 seconds left. Time for 1, maybe 2 more snaps.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? They chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Taking a final shot at the end zone. And that pass ball's incomplete. Well, they kept trying. They kept taking shots to the very end. But now we have reached that end. This one's over. So it's an Eagles win here in this one. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it? I know Brock was enjoying seeing both of these offenses work, and really not a lot to dislike from either group. Just one side working at a slightly better clip than the other. That was the difference in the win. So that's it for us here. Brock Heward, our crew, I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles are winners as we say so long from Philadelphia.